clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes.
Let's get straight to it. There's something wild going on in Hollywood, and the names being dragged through the mud are some of the biggest in the industry. Sean Diddy Combs, a legend in the music world, is now at the center of a scandal so massive, it's shaking the foundations of the entertainment industry. But what's really catching everyone's attention? Jamie Foxx. That's right, one of Hollywood's most beloved stars might just be holding the key to a secret that could blow the lid off everything. We're talking A-listers like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and of course Diddy himself. And the stakes? They've never been higher. So what exactly is Jamie hiding, and how did he end up in the middle of all this chaos?
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
Let's start at the beginning. Sean Diddy Combs is no stranger to controversy, but this latest storm might be his most explosive yet. You've probably heard whispers about his infamous parties, lavish, exclusive, and over the top. But what really went down at these events? Well, according to numerous rumors circulating within the industry, Diddy's parties were a whole lot more than just a good time. People in the know claim these parties were filled with celebrities doing things they'd rather the public never find out about. And here's the kicker, Diddy allegedly had cameras set up at these events, capturing everything.
Replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his homes.
Now think about that for a second. We're talking hidden cameras, secret recordings, and compromising footage of some of the biggest names in the world. It's said that Diddy used this material to control people, blackmailing them into silence, ensuring they stayed loyal, and most importantly, keeping his own empire safe. The names linked to these rumors are massive Jay-Z, Beyoncé. Even politicians and business moguls have reportedly been caught up in this web of secrecy. And Jamie Foxx. Well, he might just know more about this than anyone else.
The evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named.
Jamie has been a frequent guest at these parties for years, and he's seen it all. But here's where things get really interesting. There's a growing buzz that Jamie Foxx recorded something at one of Diddy's parties, something that wasn't meant to be captured. What exactly did he see? Was it just another wild night with celebrities letting loose? Or did he stumble upon something far darker? According to one source, Jamie even tried to confront Diddy about what he saw, camera in hand, and things quickly escalated. Some say this confrontation may have led to the sudden health scare that landed Jamie in the hospital earlier this year.
Look, April 11th last year, bad headache. That's my boy for Avenue.
That's right, rumors are swirling that Jamie's recent hospitalization wasn't just some random medical issue. According to Choke No Joke, a former music executive who has been around Hollywood's inner circles for years, Jamie hinted at something much deeper. During a taping of his upcoming Netflix special, Jamie allegedly dropped a bombshell, saying that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and that he was the one who called the FBI on Diddy. Now, if you think that sounds like part of a comedy routine, think again. Choke No Joke swears Jamie wasn't joking. In fact, he says that Fox seemed completely serious, as if he was finally ready to reveal the truth about what's really going on behind the scenes.
Else, because I'd want to know, like, this guy is in great shape. Jamie Foxx is a freaking athlete, quarterback. The guy's always in shape. For that to get him at that age.
So what could Jamie possibly know that would make Diddy and others so desperate to keep him quiet? The answer might just lie in the nature of these parties. Diddy's gatherings have long been the subject of whispers in the industry. They weren't just luxurious, they were infamous for pushing the boundaries of what anyone could imagine. According to various accounts, these events were carefully curated by Diddy to create an atmosphere where anything could happen. And it did. Celebrities, business moguls, and even athletes were all there, indulging in the wildest experiences money could buy. But what makes this story even more intriguing is that Diddy reportedly kept tabs on all of it. By setting up cameras and capturing the most intimate moments, he effectively created a vault of material that could be used to manipulate anyone who crossed him.
Next doctor said, something going on up there. I won't say it on camera, I won't say it.
Let's not forget this isn't the first time Diddy's name has been tied to dark rumors. Remember Kim Porter, Diddy's former partner and the mother of his children. Her sudden passing in 2018 shocked everyone, but it wasn't long before whispers started circulating that her demise wasn't as clear-cut as the official reports made it seem. Some people within Hollywood began to question whether Kim knew too much. She had been by Diddy's side for years, had seen everything, and was deeply embedded in his life. Could it be that Kim had knowledge of the same secrets that Jamie Foxx is now allegedly sitting on? Could her tragic end have been connected to the dangerous world she was a part of?
If the government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being, they have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
The dots start to connect, don't they? Kim Porter's passing, Jamie Foxx's hospitalization, and Diddy's parties, it's all starting to paint a very dark picture. And what's even more disturbing is the idea that some of the biggest names in Hollywood might be involved. Jay-Z and Beyoncé have built their entire empire on being the picture-perfect power couple. But rumors suggest that they too have attended Diddy's parties and could potentially be caught up in this mess. Are they trying to protect their image by staying quiet? Some insiders believe that Jay-Z and Beyoncé are doing everything they can to keep their names out of this scandal, even if it means paying large sums of money to ensure the secrets stay buried.
You know, I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail.
But Jamie Foxx, he's different. Despite the threats and the pressure to stay quiet, he's reportedly hinted that he might be ready to reveal the truth, and that has everyone on edge. Just imagine the fallout if Jamie goes public with what he knows. It could bring down careers, ruin reputations, and expose an entire underground world of corruption and manipulation. And it's not just Jamie's safety that's at risk. There are whispers that other celebrities are being coerced into silence too.
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
Let's take a step back and think about what's at stake here. We're not just talking about a few embarrassing party stories. This is about power, it's about control, and it's about protecting empires that have taken decades to build. People like Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé didn't get to where they are by playing by the rules. They've built their legacies by being ruthless when necessary, and that means doing whatever it takes to keep their secrets hidden.
There are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see.
What makes this even more intense is the growing speculation that Jamie Foxx was attacked because he wouldn't keep quiet. According to some sources, Diddy and his security confronted Jamie after the actor refused to back down. There are even claims that Jamie was given something that caused him to fall ill, leading to his hospitalization. While none of this has been confirmed, the fact that so many industry insiders are buzzing about it makes you wonder how much of this is true, and how much is simply part of the smoke and mirrors Hollywood loves to use to cover its tracks. At the heart of this drama is the question of loyalty. Jamie Foxx has been close to Diddy for years. They've partied together, worked together, and moved in the same circles. So why would Diddy turn on Jamie? Could it be that Jamie stumbled upon something too big to ignore? Something that made him a threat to not just Diddy, but to a whole network of powerful people who have everything to lose if the truth comes out? And let's not forget that this isn't just a story about Jamie and Diddy. The bigger picture here involves dozens of other celebrities who have been linked to Diddy's world. How? Many of them are trying to distance themselves from this scandal. And more importantly, how far will they go to keep their names out of it?
Remember that one story he told? He says, look, Diddy used to put these parties together with $1 million, and he says, I'm going to put $1 million party. I'm like, Diddy, I'm going to do a party with $45.
As this story unfolds, one thing becomes clear: this isn't just about Jamie Foxx's health scare or Diddy's lavish parties. This is about control, manipulation, and the dangerous world that exists behind the glamorous facade of Hollywood. Celebrities like Jay-Z and Beyoncé have built their brands on being untouchable, but now their reputations are at risk. If Jamie Foxx decides to speak out, it could unleash a tidal wave of revelations that will leave no one unscathed. The rumors surrounding Jamie Foxx's connection to Diddy's parties aren't just wild gossip, they're part of a much larger narrative that involves some of the most powerful people in the world. And the scariest part? We might only be scratching the surface of what's really going on. According to attorney Tony Busby, who is representing numerous victims in this ongoing scandal, there are still many more secrets waiting to be uncovered. He's made it clear that his investigation is far from over, and he's already started to hint at the involvement of other high-profile individuals who are doing everything they can to keep their names out of the headlines.
Diddy back in the day, when Diddy had all of the songs out, he was so famous.
So where does that leave Jamie Foxx? He's been a part of Hollywood's elite years, but now he's potentially sitting on a bombshell that could destroy the very world he's been a part of. And if the rumors are true, Jamie's health scare may have been a direct result of his refusal to stay silent. It's clear that whatever he knows, it's enough to make some very powerful people very nervous. But this scandal isn't just limited to what happened at Diddy's parties. It's bigger than that. It's about the entire system of power and control that exists in Hollywood and how far the rich and famous will go to protect their empires. Jamie Foxx's hospitalization might just be the tip of the iceberg.
But he had a stroke, and he had a stroke that came from a blood clot in his heart.
So we've already scratched the surface of Jamie Foxx's dangerous involvement in Sean Diddy Combs' wild world of secretive parties, and let's be honest, it's been a wild ride so far. But trust us, this story goes even deeper. What's happening behind the closed doors of Hollywood's elite is more than just a few rumors about extravagant parties. We're talking about an entire web of secrecy, manipulation, and control that extends way beyond Jamie Diddy or even the glitzy guest lists. And the names linked to the scandal, they're even bigger than you think. It's no secret that Hollywood has always had a dark side. We all know about the glamour, the fame, the fortune, but there's also something far more sinister at play. Diddy's parties, they're just one piece of the puzzle. What we're really looking at is a culture where power and influence rule, and those at the top will go to any lengths to stay there. And here's where it gets interesting. Jamie Foxx isn't the only one who's seen too much. In fact, there are whispers that many other celebrities are trapped in the same web of silence, afraid of what could happen if they speak out.
Of course, there's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers.
Let's take a step back and talk about the bigger picture. We've already heard about Diddy's infamous parties, but the real question is, how deep does this go? Some sources suggest that these events weren't just about luxury and excess. No, the rumors swirling around Hollywood are much darker. There are claims that some of the most powerful people in the industry, musicians, actors, business moguls, have all participated in secretive rituals designed to keep them in control of their careers, their reputations, and their fortunes. And at the center of it all, Diddy. But he's not the only one.
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact,
You see, it's not just about what happens at these parties, it's about who's involved and what they stand to lose. Take Jay-Z and Beyoncé, for example. They've been linked to Diddy for years, and while they've always maintained a squeaky clean image in the public eye, insiders are starting to suggest otherwise. The power couple has been named in whispers about these gatherings, and let's face it, when you're worth billions, you'll do anything to protect that legacy. Could it be that they're just as tangled in this web as everyone else? And if so, how far are they willing to go to keep their secrets hidden? Think about it. Jay-Z and Beyoncé have built an empire that's not just about music, it's about influence. They've positioned themselves as royalty in the entertainment world, untouchable by scandal or controversy. But with all the rumors flying around, it's hard not to wonder, what are they so afraid of? Are they just trying to protect their image? Or is there something darker lurking beneath the surface?
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
It's not just speculation, either. There have been rumblings for years that Jay-Z and Beyoncé have been involved in some pretty questionable activities behind the scenes. And just like Diddy, they've been accused of using their power to control others, whether it's through financial pressure, intimidation, or something more insidious. Some even claim that they've paid off victims to keep quiet, ensuring that their pristine image remains intact. But let's get back to Jamie Foxx. He's the wild card in all of this, and his recent brush with disaster has only made things more complicated. Remember, Jamie has been a part of Diddy's circle for years, attending the same parties, rubbing elbows with the same people. But unlike others, he might have seen something he wasn't supposed to. And here's where things start to get really crazy. There are rumors that Jamie wasn't just a guest at these events. Some say he was actively documenting them, capturing footage that could blow this whole thing wide open.
So they told me, I'm in Atlanta, they told me my sister and my daughter took me to the first doctor.
Imagine that for a second. Jamie Foxx, with a camera in hand, recording the secrets of Hollywood's most powerful people. It's no wonder he's become a target. According to some insiders, Diddy and others have been trying to silence Jamie for months, using everything from intimidation to legal threats to keep him quiet. And if the rumors are true, Jamie's hospitalization earlier this year wasn't just a coincidence, it was a direct result of his refusal to play along. But why would Jamie risk everything to expose this? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Some say he's tired of the lies, the manipulation, and the control that Hollywood's elite exert over everyone around them. Others think he's looking for justice, wanting to shine a light on the darker side of the industry that no one talks about. Either way, one thing's for sure, Jamie Foxx holds the key to a story that could change everything. And he's not alone. In recent months, more and more celebrities have started to come forward, hinting at the dark secrets hidden within Hollywood's glittering facade. Take Jaguar Wright, for example. She's been outspoken about the toxic culture within the entertainment industry, calling out everyone from Jay-Z to P. Diddy for their involvement in questionable activities. And while some might dismiss her claims as wild accusations, there's no denying that she struck a nerve. People are starting to pay attention, and the more they listen, the more the cracks in Hollywood's perfect image begin to show.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
Jaguar rights claims aren't just isolated rants either. In fact, they align with what others have been saying for years, that there's a network of powerful people within the industry who control everything, from who gets the biggest roles to who wins the top awards. And if you cross them, well, let's just say things don't go well for you. But it's not just about fame and fortune. There's something much deeper at play here, something that goes to the very heart of Hollywood's power structure. According to some sources, there's a culture of silence within the industry, where everyone knows what's going on but no one dares to speak out. Whether it's fear of losing their careers, their reputations, or even their safety, celebrities are kept in line through a combination of coercion and control. And Diddy, he's one of the key players in this game. So think about it, Diddy's parties have been a fixture in Hollywood for years. But what if they weren't just about having a good time? What if they were part of a larger plan to keep people in check, to make sure no one steps out of line? The hidden cameras, the blackmail, the manipulation, it all fits. And Jamie Foxx, well, he might have just stumbled upon the smoking gun that could bring the whole thing crashing down.
Took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
But here's where things get even more complicated. It's not just about Diddy's parties or Jamie Foxx's health scare. This story is part of a much larger pattern that's been unfolding in Hollywood for years. From the R. Kelly scandal to the Jeffrey Epstein case, we've seen time and time again how powerful people use their influence to cover up their crimes. And now, it looks like Diddy's world might be the next to fall. Attorney Tony Buzbee, who's been representing numerous victims of alleged abuse linked to Diddy and others, has been working tirelessly to expose the truth. And according to him, we haven't even begun to see the full scope of what's really going on. Buzbee has hinted that there are many more names involved and that Diddy is just the tip of the iceberg. He's even suggested that some of Hollywood's most beloved figures might be caught up in the scandal and that they're doing everything they can to keep their names out of the headlines.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean.
But here's the kicker: Tony Buzbee has made it clear that he's not backing down. He's already started to gather evidence, and from what he said, it sounds like he's got enough to take down some very powerful people. He's been working closely with victims to build a case that will not only expose Diddy, but also bring to light the involvement of others who have either participated in or enabled these activities. And let's not forget, this isn't just about what happens at parties. According to Buzbee, this is a systemic issue within Hollywood, one that involves everyone from talent agents to record executives to high-profile actors and musicians. He's been clear that the network of people involved is far-reaching and that there are those who have stood by and watched as these things happened without lifting a finger to stop it. In fact, Buzbee has gone so far as to say that some of these celebrities are offering massive sums of money to victims in exchange for their silence. It's a classic case of hush money, designed to keep the truth from ever seeing the light of day. And while some victims have taken the deals, others are starting to speak out, emboldened by the growing movement to hold powerful people accountable.
To respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately: Sean Carter.
But the real question is, will Jamie Foxx be one of them? Will he be the one to finally break the silence and expose what's really going on behind the scenes? Or will he be forced into silence, just like so many others before him? The tension is mounting, and as more and more details start to come out, it's clear that this story is far from over. So where does this leave Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and the other powerful figures who are caught up in this scandal? Right now, they're doing everything they can to protect their legacies. They're pulling out all the stops lawyers, NDAs, financial settlements to make sure their secrets stay hidden. But as we've seen time and time again, the truth has a way of coming out, no matter how hard you try to suppress it.
A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
And let's be honest, once a story like this starts to unravel, there's no stopping it. It's only a matter of time before more victims come forward, more evidence is uncovered, and more names are exposed. The entertainment industry is at a tipping point, and if Jamie Foxx decides to step into the spotlight and share what he knows, it could be the beginning of the end for some of Hollywood's biggest power players. The stakes have never been higher. Careers are on the line, fortunes are at risk, and legacies that have taken decades to build could crumble in an instant. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Jamie Foxx may be the key to unlocking the secrets of Hollywood's dark side, but whether he'll take that step remains to be seen. And as the world watches and waits, one can't help but wonder who will be the next to fall. With Tony Busby leading the charge, the legal battle ahead promises to be explosive. And if Diddy's empire starts to crumble, don't be surprised if it takes a few more names down with it. Hollywood might look glamorous from the outside, but as this scandal unfolds, it's becoming clearer than ever that behind the scenes, it's a whole different story. So, what's the next chapter in this saga? Will Jamie Foxx finally speak out and reveal the truth about what he's seen? Or will the powers that be manage to keep him and others silent for good? Let us know what you think in the comments below. See you next time.